The very first human cases of COVID 19, which is called SARS CoV 2, were first reported by officials in Wuhan City, China in December 2019. After continuous investigations by Chinese authorities, they have identified human cases with onset of symptoms in early December 2019. While some of the earliest known cases had a link to a wholesale food market in Wuhan. Many of the initial patients were either stall owners, market employees, or regular visitors to this market. Viruses like SARS-CoV-1, COVID-19, and other coronavirus suggest that they all have their ecological origin in bat populations. Globally, we have 109,068,745 confirmed cases of COVID-19, including which 2,409,011 deaths has been recorded.
In the month of March 2020, due to high mobility of people from China, Europe saw a big toll on COVID cases, attacking major countries like Italy, Spain, Germany, Belgium, and Austria. This marks the start of the worldwide spread of the virus. As you can see here, since April, the toll of COVID cases have been steadily increasing in the US and other countries rapidly. And specifically, in the US states like California, Texas, and other highly mobile states, the toll set record high COVID case entries by the end of the year. They included an all total of more than 10 million entries.
Globally, the number of newly reported cases continues to grow. Despite the low incidence of the virus in certain regions, the impact of the pandemic has been felt across countries, societies, and the economy. The global economy, advanced economies, and emerging markets and developing economies have gone very low in 2020 and are expected to develop during 2021. The inflation rate, that is the rate at which the value of a currency is falling, is standing at a 3.39%, which is higher than that of 2019. The unemployment record also shows that the number of unemployed have increased. What the Trojan Army feel would be a solution to this problem is to create a global organizations like the United Nations, through which developing countries and economically backward countries can seek help with a lot of development schemes during the post-COVID stages, and also ensure that the schemes are accessible by those who need it. Since we have moved to a more digital world, we can start exploring its scope, and each and every person can make use of the digital market to invest, make profit, which in turn will develop the economy of the country. Employment in digital world will be more and more accessible by people anywhere, which will reduce migration and movement of people across the globe, thus reducing number of COVID cases. It is the right time for startup companies and governmental schemes and projects such as constructions and maintenance to be implemented, because it would give a better way for people's employment in that area and might as well boost the economy of the country. We also expect pandemics in the near future, so while analyzing how to bring economy back to work, we should also consider sustainable development so that it does not disturb the future.
This is the cases versus death rate graph. The death rate has an average range of 0 to 150, while the average cases range between 0 to 150,000. This proves that the recovery rate is greater than the death rate thanks to the efficient health workers. This graph shows the death rate of each state in USA. Now let's take a look at the hospitalization rate of USA. The hospitalization rate is calculated by dividing number of patients hospitalized by total number of cases. The hospitalization rate of USA has significantly reduced over the course of time. To completely eradicate the COVID-19 virus, the scientists have developed vaccination after researching for a prolonged period of time. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused global crisis and made the national economy face deep recession. Even though wearing masks and maintaining social distance have proved to ward off the coronavirus at a personal level, the economic and social life will remain ruined until effective vaccines are accessible to a large portion of the global population. From country-wise virus vaccination statistics, it can be clearly seen that vaccination procedure varies from country to country based on factors such as development status of the country, its position in global GDP rank, and many other factors. Some challenges faced by the developing countries while carrying out national level vaccination are data maintenance, vaccine hesitancy, and many other social hurdles. Although data points are subject to change as the pandemic response progresses, the outcome of the global vaccination drive isn't completely predictable.